Hi, my name's Mark, and I thought I'd do an update on my beating the cost of living crisis because I installed a diesel heater in house, sometimes called a night heater, and I thought I'd show you it and well, you can see what you think, can't you? It's here it is. So this is the diesel heater, and I'll get down a bit lower, and on here we have 2 inlets and 2 outlets, and we have 2 inlets for air, but there's 2 different types of air. There's the ambient air that's going to get hot and go into the house, and then there's a combustion air, which is this one, and that's going to get burnt and then exhausted. So this air comes in, there's an air filter on the end of there, and that goes in, gets burnt, and then exhausted out here. Now, excuse me, the ambient air comes in here, that's cold air. That comes in, goes across some fins, doesn't touch the combustion air, just gets hot because it's next to a chamber that's been burnt, and then that goes into the house. So it's cold, it's hot air that goes in the house. So what this does is creates fresh, hot air into your house. And some people have said on a previous video of mine, well, you should recirculate because it's you get more efficiency, which is true, you do. You do get hotter air, or you get less fuel usage if you recirculate. So I could plumb that into there, absolutely could. However, if I use cold air and then heat that and put hot air in the house, it's fresh, hot air. So I'm not recirculating the same air in the house, because stale air, right, fresh air of any type is better than stale air. So I'm replacing the stale air that's in the house now. The combustion is done from this, so the air comes in here, it's combusted in the chamber, and I'll show you the chamber, well, I'll show you the box anyway. That's the heater there, that's an all-in-one, and it's all contained in that box. Now the fuel tank is behind it, which is there, and then the exhaust is out there, so it's quite a long way away from the inlet. So no burnt, combusted, exhausted air can go into the house. It's a completely separate thing. Now, some people have asked me, well, how much does it cost to run? It's around, it's between 12p an hour and 20p an hour. Now, I've said mine, I've got another one of these, which is a smaller one. This is a 5 kilowatt, and the other one is a 2 kilowatt in the conservatory. Now, this one runs at 12 to 20p, so it runs at 20p while it's blasting to temperature, which this one is now. It's absolutely full blast. It's no louder than a condensing boiler in a house, and you can't see it now, but I've got a condensing boiler exit or exhaust on the wall, on the other wall on the other side of the door, and it's no louder than that. It's the same loudness, and when it quietens down, when it gets the temperature inside, it'll be even quieter. You can't actually hear it, and inside, of course, you can't hear it at all. It's just a little fan that you can hear. Now, I've got 2 of these. I've got this one on this side of the house, which is actually in the porch by the front door. The reason it's there is because my stairs are opposite my front door, and the heat is pointed up the stairs, so it heats all of the upstairs of the house. That's the whole point of it. Now, what I've got is I've got a U-pipe, which is a bendy, it's one of these, but flexible, that attaches onto the end. I can bend it around into the living room, and I can just blast the living room if we're all watching a movie. We can blast the air into the living room and watch a movie in complete comfort. Now, some might ask, well, does it replace gas central heating, and will it heat your whole house? No, it won't. A central heating system is about 30 kilowatts, or somewhere between 20 and 30 kilowatts. This is only 5 kilowatts, so it's not going to replace your central heating. What it does do, or what it's good for, is if you've got a cold room in the house, and quite a few older houses have cold rooms, then it's good for heating that cold room. If you've got an older house with sash windows, which are always drafty, then it's good for those type of houses. It's good for Victorian houses because you've got wooden floorboards and you've got earth under the floorboards sometimes, and you get cold coming from the earth between the floorboards. Even through the carpet you get cold, and that's why Victorian houses are sometimes cold. If you've got an old wooden front door, which I have, then of course it's good for that as well. So if you've got a cold room, these little things can boost your central heating to make it feel like a warm house. It doesn't replace central heating, as I say. I've got to make that incredibly clear. This is only 5 kilowatts. A central heating system is between 20 and 30 kilowatts, so it's not going to replace your central heating, and it won't heat the whole house. What it does do, though, is boost a cold room, boost a cold area, make it nice and cosy for you, keeps you warm in winter, and it's not as expensive as you think. These units are about £100, £150, And then I've got a couple of ancillaries on there. I've got a slightly bigger tank. I've got a slightly bigger tank in the one in the back, so I've got 2 of these, and extra length exhaust pipes to make it go where I want it to go, so I know it's safe. I've got a carbon monoxide detector, or is it dioxide? I can't remember. It's either monoxide or dioxide. I can't remember which. I've got one of those detectors in the area where the most air is. You know, because you want to keep your family safe, right? So this is the diesel heater. As I say, not a replacement for gas. It's a booster for your gas central heating, or if you're in a cold house, drafty house, Victorian house, old house, it will make your house nice and cosy for very little expense. So I hope that helped. If you've got any questions, by all means put them in the comments. I'll try and answer them. I answer them all on my last few videos. So my name's Mark, and I'll speak to you soon.